Come on. Good day.
Hi.
Just so you know, I'm going to keep that bit in.
No, don't you?
I do the editing, so I get to keep the little funny bits in when I think they're funny.
You should have done like a camera roll of.
Right. Do you know why I didn't do a camera roll of that? Because I don't keep the raw footage of these vlogs, so I only keep the edited footage because I didn't feel I needed to keep the raw footage of approaching 100.
If you could be a fly on the wall 5 minutes before we start this camera rolling every single morning, it'd be quite that.
Now there is a learning there on content, on our own content strategy of talking about it before, during and after, and all content is content. But randomly, that isn't the point of today's video.
No.
But isn't a million miles away, is it? Because we were struggling to decide what to talk about, and we decided to talk about having ideas and what to do with it.
It must have come to us. We slept in a tent last night in the garden, as we do with kids quite frequently because they love it. And it poured down with rain, didn't it?
It did. It's our first. I think it's our first night, unless that time we actually went camping, it rained. I think it's our first night as a family camping in a tent in the rain.
But actually, it was quite nice. It was like the kids were sounded. They didn't know any different. But it was like having like one of those rain noise machines in the back, the white noise machines. It just completely shut out everything apart from listening to the rain.
Yeah, I actually find this quite interesting. So when I'm in my bedroom asleep, our bedroom asleep, I quite like the windows closed and I like it quiet. And even Emily,
mainly because there's
Emily when she snores, I find quite noisy. However, when I'm outside in the tent in the garden and I can still hear the road noise and all the birds tweeting and everything else, I'm all right with it. So I'm trying to take that mindset from because I'm an overthinker, obviously, trying to take that mindset from sleeping in the tent into the bedroom. Pardon me, and having the windows open a bit more.
Yeah, apart from the fact there's a blinking blackbird, raven, whatever going.
There was some loud noises last night.
They are really noisy. The birds in the oak trees behind us are well noisy.
Interestingly, now we weren't the only ones to comment on this. Back in the beginning of, well, not beginning of lockdown, I'm going to say April, May, June time. No, April, May time.
So at any given point within lockdown.
Yeah. The birds were exceedingly noisy around 4 or 5 a.m. every morning as the dawn was approaching. And we weren't the only ones to comment on that. And there was the conversations on, is this because there's no one about? I don't know where it is, but I do find on the hotter days there's less bird noise. I don't know if
whilst we're on the track of nature outside, Flying Ant Day this year.
It caught us off guard, didn't it? Well, I always thought Flying Ant Day was in May. So when we were like well into June, I felt confident in going, Emily, there hasn't been a Flying Ant Day. And then, interestingly, we were cleaning our house. Don't judge us.
Why do you always say don't judge us?
No, because
they won't judge us for cleaning our house.
I know, but I don't like cleaning.
We were cleaning the outside of the windows and we looked down.
Well, no, it was better. So we have a fireplace and it's near a window. And Emily had just done a bit of tidying up on the fireplace.
I wasn't getting to that point.
Well, no, I was, and done the window. And then, what?
We were cleaning.
No, you can't do that.
We'd already seen it 2 days before. I say 2 days before we'd seen some ants outside. We're like, oh.
Oh no! The ants there all summer.
They were flying ants.
I didn't notice the flying ants outside.
Anyway, we were cleaning around the chimney breast, and usually that's where they come. They intercept our house. We can see them all over the mantelpiece, and it's
horrible.
It's like some sort of horror movie.
A couple of days a year.
And I was cleaning the bricks, going, this is nice and clean. And within like literally hours, wasn't it?
Well, we then cleaned a window, and we saw an ant at the window, flying ant trying to get out because they come from the flying place and go. It's as grim as this sounds, right? And they go for the window. And we went, and then I went back to the fireplace that you'd already been at.
Down the chimney.
And they were swarming over this area of it. So I then had to go to town on them, didn't I? The ants are on my really dislike list. And then the kids, when they play in the garden with no feet on, and they come in
no feet on?
with no shoes on, and they've got a few ants on their feet, and they go, Daddy, you're like, don't like it.
He doesn't like it.
Don't like nature.
Ideas, Alan, ideas.
Oh, right. What we like, 6 minutes in and we haven't even got to the point yet. You brought up flying ants and that's an impassioned topic. I did see a meme though, at least something in 2020 happened like it was meant to. Flying Ant Day.
Yeah.
It did make me smile. Well, we were talking about ideas and we didn't really know where to take the vlog, but I've got an idea at the moment in my head that I sent someone a voice DM on this morning that I didn't press send on. And because I decided it was way too vaguey and waffly. But it's kind of like, I guess my question is, when is an idea okay to talk about? How far down thinking and conception plan is it before you talk about it? Like, if I have a thought process and I share it on Yellow Tuxedo social media, for argument's sake, but it's still really vague, is that damaging? Is that engaging? Is that good content? Am I doing market research? Not that it's a kind of, it's not a service or product, just, am I doing research? Sorry. What should you do with ideas when they pop into your head?
We've always had lots of ideas, and
Lots.
Ideas
like ridiculous amounts.
Ideas that come into the head, and then go, when's that the right time to drop that as an idea? And these ideas will come into our heads and then go away again. Maybe for a couple. The flying ants did it.
Our door's just gone open by itself. No, it's not. And it will be Ben, because that's a Ben tactic. Is that you, Ben? Yes.
They'll go back in. Hey. Are you coming in?
Are you going to come say hello?
They will come into our... God,
ideas.
They'll come into our lives, we'll think about them, they'll be really stupid at the time, but we never ever get rid of them. They go back into the bank of ideas to then come back. And like, some of our Yellow Tuxedo ideas have been thought of years ago that were just never right at that particular time, but not necessarily the wrong idea, just not the right time.
Thanks,
hi.
Ben. Thanks, boys.
Guys, can we have 2 more minutes? 2 more minutes.
Yeah, Ben, can you pull the door to, please, bud? We're nearly done.
Can you get me to do it?
All right, both of you. Yeah, good. Don't argue. Why did I pick one to do it? Well, they've shut it. Happy days.
It's having that ideas book of things that you can come back to and grow. Alan just said, when is the right time to release that to the world? There's never a wrong time. If you are trying to get a sense check or something, and you're just trying to tease out there,
in a minute,
is it something that will resonate with people? Is it something that people want to talk about? Would you please be
quiet?
Go
and help yourself. Help yourself. I don't even know what he wants. I've said help yourself. How wrong is this going to go?
Can I have a whole bag of sugar, please, Daddy?
Yeah,
help yourself some. Resonating with your audience, so that's where we got to.
Yeah, my head's stuck on, I can't get because of the boys came in, I can't get past, is there ever a wrong time? Like, as a business, we wait until things are looking perfect before, and it's almost bad call to go to share your ideas and thoughts, but surely it depends on what kind of relationship you have with your audience and your community. But at the same time, what if you do have 1,000 ideas? I think there's an element of naturalness to it.
It was one night in a tent, darling.
I know.
One night.
I know, and I slept well. I'm not quite sure what's going on this morning. Yeah, what do you think, everyone? Can you tie up for me, because I'm gone?
When you create a little nugget of an idea in your head, what is your next move? What is your next move?
Sorry, I didn't
carry on.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's never a vlog if you don't interrupt me.
No, I didn't mean. Please carry on. I didn't mean. I thought you'd paused for a natural interaction. So.
We would love a discussion with you guys about what you do when things come into your head, whether you think they're stupid or not, or whether there are legs to them. What is the next step you ever take? Do you bank it for another time? Do you sit on it for a while? Do you discuss it with your audience? What do you do? I'd love to know.
Yeah. I would love to know as well. Please share some thoughts with us in the comments. What I was going to say is something we discussed before. Emily and I have a lot of ideas. We write them down. They get whatever. They get explored.
They get chucked on the board.
But we have found, when we look back, I know I'm really not in a good... I'm in a great place. I'm not going to say I'm in a great place. It's just one of those things. We have found this element of, if they happen, they happen. Like, if they're that good,
they're meant to be.
They're meant to be. And I appreciate that's not how to run a life, but that is seemingly how things have happened with us. We've spent years on ideas, but one day we just sat there and went, no, this isn't right, and stopped it and never discussed it again. And other things just happen overnight because we kind of feel it's right, don't we?
So where do we sell an adventure van right now, darling?
Adventure van is a fantastic... You have to remember, I'm in my 40s. I've been discussing owning vans since I was 17. We have a family van, which is amazing, but I'm now passionising, new word, made it up on the spot, on adventure van, so that's next level van, and but I'm not allowed to discuss it for the moment. But
he's discussed it every day of lockdown so far.
I didn't discuss it yesterday. Right, have a fab, but please let us know what you do with your ideas and your thoughts on when you can discuss them with your community and your audience. Bye.
Bye.